All right, welcome back. This is our round one of Outlaws of Thunder Junction Megadraft. Top 8. We're 3 rounds away from crowning a winner. I'm looking at Thomas C. Jamboree. I'm with Chris R. Sinkwater again, who's looking at Wisma. What do you see in the opening hand?
We're hovering over a mulligan because we've got 2 islands and a lot of green cards. And there
Uh,
it goes.
yeah. On this side, the Selesnya deck's got 2 forests, 2 plains. Auspicious Arrival, which is that combat trick that gives you a clue. There's a Sterling Hound and a Granite Witness, which can be upside down as a disguised creature very soon. Adam, get
Pretty
anything
easy
nice?
keep for Adam. He's got a Hard Bristle Bandit about to come down, and a Kiora that'll come out next turn unless he draws a better 3-drop.
Top deck hero is Shana Sisei's Legacy. It's off curve, so he's going with the Granite Witness, which could tap something or untap something at instant speed. Quicker than instant speed, some might say, for 2 mana.
Well, and with the extra land for the Bandit, looks like we're gonna get a Inga and a Sika coming down here on 4,
Yeah, we saw
which is
Inga and
pretty good
Sika.
curve.
We saw that passing fairly early in the draft. Can do a lot. It's a 4 mana 4/4
Okay,
at
so
worst.
the decision here is to put the Kiora down now and to be able to hold up a Snakeskin Veil that he has in his hand and draw a card off the Inga next turn. So that might be the line to take here, but I think maybe he's considering if he just needs to get on board with a bigger creature and start pressuring.
Yeah, there's a lot of value in playing your thing you want to protect and then having one single green up to protect it.
Yeah, so Kiora comes down and we'll see Inga and Asika next turn, most likely.
There is no removal in hand, which he doesn't know. The Celebrity Fencer, which we talked about a few times during the draft, was drawn for turn. It's 4 mana, 3/2 that grows whenever a creature comes in. Of course, Kiora's got a big butt though. Gonna take 2 out of the 7, or not,
Oh, wow. Okay.
or yes. I do that all the time. I'm happy he did that.
Is that gamesmanship or is that actually trying to make the best play?
It's about a second longer than I normally do it. So you're saying Inga and Essica plus Snakeskin to protect is the play?
I think that's going to be the play.
Technically a 6 mana on this turn.
Yep, just reading Kiora to make sure he's getting this card, and here we go.
Now this turns everything to a mana dork for any color, right? And something else. When you cast a creature spell, 3 or more mana. Colors of mana, yeah. Wants you to play 3 color cards, basically. I think that was it. Radiant Grove, drawn for turn. Which is just basically a plains forest. Hovering the Sterling Hound, which can surveil too. It's obviously going to grow this Celebrity Fencer if he plays it.
I think I erroneously said that card wasn't going to make the main deck after pack 1, and here it is.
Can you look up what's the bottom text on Inga and Essica? I'm not exactly familiar.
Whenever you cast a creature spell, if 3 or more mana from creatures was spent to cast it, draw a card.
Ah, okay. Not so hard to trigger, I suppose, if you have a few creatures on board. You can even do the nifty tap your mana dork, untap it. I mean, with Kiora.
He could do that. His hand right now is Snakeskin Veil, 2 Forest, and a Corruption of Tawashi. So he has no creatures to trigger that text at the moment.
Granite Witness tapping down Inga and Essica if he lets it happen.
I think he lets it happen, and he probably loses his Kiora at this point. Unless the Bandit goes on chump duty.
The hidden text on Kiora is gain 7 life or more.
Could be Planeswalkers changing how the game plays out. Yep. So with no way to trigger the card draw in hand, I think you just let this go.
Yeah, take the life and the card I gave you.
Yep.
But the Celebrity Fencer immediately, we're like 5 turns in here, immediately becoming a thing.
I
It's
mean, this is oppressive.
the card was too slow and clunky in SNC, but not hard to make it 4 mana big threat. So it's just not as bad as it looks. That's all I'm saying. By the way, on top of the deck after the surveil is a saddle, throw from the saddle. So might get denied by a snakeskin at some point. We'll see.
It's good use of a Snakeskin Veil. The draw here was a Palmbright Druid, but he's just gonna get the Corruption of Tawashi down. I guess he technically could cast the Druid as well, but that's leaving the defenses down a little too much, probably.
Defenses. Get it?
Hmm.
Fencer.
That's right. Does he have another Fencer in hand?
Where's the drum roll sound? Okay, no one did it. You get to
Someone
clap
open
if
that
someone
door.
wins. That's all you get to do. 4 cards in hand, wondering what to do. Of course, this is high stakes, the highest stakes in Magic possible for the AGL, the Megadraft. Except for maybe the potty, maybe.
Yep, I think so.
Corruption of Tawashi comes down. I mean, with access to more mana than it looks like because of Inga's ability here. Thinking about all the
Yeah,
plays.
this could be a little tricky. He's got the Snakeskin Veil held up, but he could also transform, and then anything would be free. He would have no mana left at that point. So this could be a sort of critical step here in this match.
Well, throw from the saddle looks like it's going to get cast. It won't fizzle because it has 2 targets, even if Hexproof comes out. So the Granite Witness can get in for 4. That's what happens. Now, this could be an important swing because Auspicious Arrival gives your creature +2/+2. And that's what's in hand besides from Shana. We'll see which one of the two he wants to play.
Okay. And I misspoke about being able to transform with the Inga and Asika ability. You can only use it to cast creature spells.
Ah, I see.
But
Yeah, full swing means
Snakeskin
Auspicious Arrival.
Veil punching above its weight again.
As usual. So yeah, he must know there's a trick coming. Unfortunately, it also draws a card eventually because it gives a clue. Unfortunately for Adam, I mean. And it also pushes 8 damage. Not so bad when you've dealt with a Planeswalker with 7 loyalty counters already. He's got him down to 12 and has the board.
So the draw here for Adam was an Eston Scatter.
2
Just gonna
mana.
see what he draws.
Yeah. I was gonna say 2 mana almost certainly gonna be used to flip.
That was a forest. So
Now that corruption draws you a card whenever any permanent flips. Probably. I don't know if it actually.
that's correct when it transforms.
Yeah. So there might be some offset transforming. Well, can't really remember, but he gets his 4/4. You can proliferate or put a counter on it if he wishes. Same thing. Thinking about the attack here with the incubator token. The only card in hand for Thomas again is Shauna Sisei's Legacy, which is not the hugest difference here. Invasion of Muraganda, that's a fight spell. That's a good draw. I mean, it's not I mean, it puts a counter on something and says fight, I believe.
That was an interesting attack from Adam, leaving the shields down here, behind on life. I
Thomas
think he's
decides.
kind of priced into scattering whatever gets cast the next creature.
Thomas top decks a crowd control ward, and that thing that's basically a big creature when it flips over to the front side. That's disguise.
That's gonna be good.
So Sean is basically just a big creature. It's as big as the number of creatures you have besides it. No, not besides it. It includes itself. So it's a 2 mana 3/3 at this point, but could grow. It's from original
Mhm.
Dominaria, but it's from a bonus sheet. Also, it looks like here. Essence scattered. Well, if you're gonna get a creature countered, might as well be your 2-drop. Down to 9. What's the top deck?
Top deck is a Topiary Panther, which is gonna be pretty helpful and at least gumming up the ground.
Yeah, that is pretty good, I'd say. So Invasion of Morgana puts a counter on something, and then it fights. That's the front side of it. Nothing too juicy to fight here. It's going to trade off your creatures.
Yeah, but Adam's on a 3-turn clock just with that witness alone.
Mm-hmm.
Crown control for full value. Okay.
Thomas's top deck was yet another Celebrity Fencer. I guess they work well together.
All right. Does Adam have any double bounce blue cards? Can he take 8 and just hope he top decks something? Probably not.
The Witness doing a bit more work here. 6 health left for Adam.
Okay, a Vine Shaper Prodigy is going to get kicked here. So he'll get some card selection.
I like this card.
Oh, Bristleback Sentry is the only non-land card he's got here.
Works to block on the ground a bit, I suppose, but this Cruel Witness is threatening the game.
Just not a lot of options here for Adam.
So, well, if Invasion of Morgana is cast, it is a fight, so your crowd control warden will have to be blocked, but then it could die. Looks like he's going for the fight spell Invasion of Morgana. It doesn't increase the clock if you put a counter on Cruel Witness. So he's just fighting off the big creature here to not die on the crackback. So it's tempting to go for that battle, but there's no way. He checked for reach,
No.
I noticed.
Okay, the top deck here is a Renata. I'm looking to see if it has reach. It does not.
Doesn't have a bow, or Nylea has a bow. I think it's like
It does.
Nylea has a bow.
It looks like it could do something. It's got a spear. It's got a spear. Yep, seeing no way out. Adam's going on to the next one.
Alright, into the sideboard now. He's on the more confusing sideboard view. Scrolling.
Adam's on the normal sideboard view.
And one of his friends sent
So
him
far, not doing anything.
One of his friends sent him a happy face. I don't think he changed anything.
No changes. There's Airtight Alibi is coming in. Broken Wings is coming in. That's probably a pretty solid. So those are the two that are in.
Yeah, just waiting on Adam for now. That wasn't a very long game, though. We can wait.
Thomas submitted.
Yeah, you did. Almost right away.
Okay. Yeah, so Adam put those 2 cards in, and he's just sort of looking at his options, what to get rid of. Did you see how many lands Thomas was playing?
No, I didn't catch it actually.
It's 24 in Adam's deck. I'm always curious what people do in these 60 card decks.
Yeah, once again, he was in the view of sideboard where you can't see all the cards at once. It
Uh,
was like, yeah, you have to click the scroll. We know what his deck list had from the review just before, but we don't know exactly what he's playing.
so far, Pollen Bright Druid has gone to the side, and oh, he just did it real quick. He's playing 61 cards, interestingly as well.
I guess we should mention again, Thomas, if he goes 3-0, he wins the Megadraft. He's the champion of OTJ League at Lots of Thunder Junction. If he goes 2-1, there's a very good chance he's still the winner. It just depends on 2 of the players, Evan and Chris O, what they do. If they 3-0. What's the starting hand?
So this Tunnel Tipster is going to come down. He's got 2 more islands, an Essus Scatter, a Run Out of Town, and a Eudora.
Well, Thomas had 4 lands, drew into Free Strider Lookout, which wants to commit crimes. Not going to be quite that easy to do that. There is a invasion of Maraganda on turn 5 as it stands. There's also a Eudora in hand, if you could believe it.
Uh-oh.
And Auspicious Arrivals also in the hand. That trick that kind of did work last game. Now, Free Strider Lookout looks like a
It's
whole
going to
threat.
eat an Essence Scatter here.
Says nope. 1-1 in for damage.
Okay. So we're going to get a 5/5 on turn 4 here. That's not too bad.
Is he gonna say nice?
No communication.
So yeah, Eudora could come in next turn on this side, but then there's an Arlen which spits out wolves every turn for a while, theoretically. On turn 6, if he hits land drop. Arlen, Voice of the Pack from War of the Spark.
Okay, so since the last update, Adam's drawn an Overgrown Pest and a Band Together.
Oh yeah. Overgrown Pest
Interesting.
gets a card back. It's always pretty nice. Like you said,
So he
band
can band
together.
together.
Denies a card. Doesn't really take care of the threadiest threat there is, but it saves your tipster too. Gonna see if he deems it worthy.
He's pulled up the Run Out of Town, so he's gonna go for the bounce instead of the fight.
Oh, run out of town, of course. That's
That's a pretty
much.
good tempo loss
Yeah, and
here
also
for.
denying the card because the clue is gonna be cracked with the other 2 mana. So denies the card full card too.
Did that go to top or
Went
bottom?
bottom, because well, we got a land to play Arlen the next time, pretty importantly, on the next turn. But there's an Invasion of Maraganda though, which is a grow a creature by 1 and fight. So Eudora on Eudora action might actually happen. The most unlikely event. Might be a fight between
So he,
Eudoras.
he was holding up the Overgrown Pest, and now he's just gonna get the damage in.
This is kind of a Eudora on Eudora fight. If he tandem takes down, he's just getting a mull to help out.
I think so. I like it. Wool taking out a tree. It's pretty good flavor.
Eudora punched Eudora. That takes away Invasion of Maraganda as a thing to do next turn, as far as the hand looks like right now. I'm probably gonna see Arlen, Voice of the Pack, come down. There's a Wanted Griffin drawn. 2/2s aren't exactly the greatest thing on this board. And why did I say 2/2? It's of course a 3/3. I know my cards.
All right, so Overgrown Pest is going to come down. He drew a forest for turn. And he's just going to get another land.
Deciding on
Okay, so I guess
attacks.
the decision here is to go after life total or go after Arlen.
That's the question. Each Arlen, each two loyalty on Arlen is a wolf. So yeah, that's a decision. He's at 8 health, so gaining a life. There is an invasion of Merganda in hand, so that's a fight spell. That's a 4/4 fighting something on the board. And now, interestingly, if you fight something on the board, Eudora gives him what, a land, I think? Turns it into a face down forest? I don't think I've ever seen a
Forest,
trigger.
correct. Yep, it's a forest.
So he is swinging for 8, but 5 at the Planeswalker, it seems. 9.
Okay. Giving Thomas some decisions to make here.
Yeah, a lot of decisions on that attack step. Whenever non-token creature, face down. Face down forest. Drawn for turn was a Serpent Blade Assassin, which back up Death Touch. It can only cast one spell this turn, but it does have Death Touch, and that means your Eudora can't get in unless you draw something. So what's in hand right now for Adam?
It is, oops, hold on. He's looking at this graveyard. It's a Halo Charge Scab and a forest.
Halo Charge Scab puts something on top. Is that the one? 5 mana 4/4?
Instant sorcery or battle. So you can put the band together or the bounce.
Yeah. No proper attack beforehand. Of course, setting up the tandem takedown turn. We'll see what Thomas top decks here, but yeah, since it's Invasion of Maraganda or Wanted Griffin in hand, one cost 5, one cost 4. It's gonna be a single spell turn probably. The plane's drawn.
Tough for Adam not to be able to get in with good attacks there that turn.
Yeah, Death Touch putting in work. It sometimes just holds back scary boards. Death Touch changes the whole game. Sometimes just a small creature.
Thomas given the good game, but that's was that an early scoop? I don't know.
We probably should have done the math, but with one blocker there, he was at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably was. It's so much easier to see these things when I'm not actually casting. I'm always amazed at what I don't see when I'm busy talking about the game. It's okay, no one's watching. 1, 2, 3, 4,
No
5,
one's
6, 7, 8,
watching.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
So far, no moves for Adam. He's just kind of scrolling over some cards, making sure he likes what he's got in there. Still playing 61.
Went straight back to the submit for Thomas here.
Yep, Adam submitted with no changes as well. Checking on some of the other matches, looks like Richard 2-0 over Miranda, Wesley 2-1 over Chris O.
Okay. Over Chris O. Chris O is one of those that could overtake Thomas if he 3-0s. So that's good news for Thomas that Chris O lost. And Evan was the other one. Unless I am mistaken on the Chris's. There's so many.
Who can keep us straight? Adam's hand is a Tolarian Geisen or a Corruption of Tawashi, a Snakeskin Veil, a Jewel Thief, and some lands, including a Karn's Bastion, which we haven't seen yet.
Jewel Thief. I didn't even see that in the builds here. Thomas is starting out, it looks like with the Rising Populace, which we got power crept on in OTJ. It just grows when stuff dies. It's a 3 mana 2/2.
He forget to crack his escape tunnel. Is that why he's oopsing?
Oh, he's confusing it for one of the new lands, I guess. I
think that's what happened.
Escape Tunnel's one of those lands. That's a huge misplay. It's one
Mhm.
of those. I was thinking it was Access Tunnel. That's what I was thinking. I guess he thought the same thing. Access Tunnel, of course, taps for for a colorless itself. So escape tunnel is not access tunnel. That's what I learned today. One of the best commons.
That's a big tempo hit.
Uh-huh. Especially since he's able to cast this card that's coming out now, Wanted Griffin. Watch the Rising Populace just like go off late in the game, and he'll be like, "Yeah, I didn't want to play it on turn 3."
Now
Ground
he's
and
holding us
Witness was drawn also this turn.
Okay. This treasure token is going to let Adam kick the Tolarian Geyser if he so chooses to draw a card and gain some life, which I'd be tempted to do.
I will note that Strength of the Coalition can make a big difference in some games. It is in the hand here. Not looking to do anything anytime soon, though, besides be a combat trick.
Okay, so Adam's deciding between the Kami that he's gonna play and running out the Tolarian Geyser. So maybe he's looking for a bigger target.
Alright,
No
passing turn.
attacks.
It is a Vigilance creature, so decides he wants it on defense. Coming out again, Eudora. I've seen more Eudoras cast in this first round than I think the entire Mom time.
Agreed. Okay. So almost certainly it's Geyser to time walk on the Eudora here a little bit, get some damage in.
Yeah, it's good tempo. I see a synergy between cards Bastion and Kami. Huge. Huge synergy.
No, he's going corruption here. It looks like instead.
That's a bigger corruption than normal because of the Kami, of course. Yes, cool. Inset synergy.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that probably is better. You want to bounce flip next turn maybe, to depending on what he plays though. You don't know what he's gonna play. Rising Populace is gonna follow this up with Civic Gardener probably, which is no, he's not. He's attacking first, of course. That's some good sequencing. No real good blocks here. Might be taking 8.
No, and that makes the bounce on the tapped creature not quite as exciting if he chooses to stick with the Eudora. Oh, well, that'd just be a trade. Is that a trade he wants to make?
Thinking about all the lines here. Important game. Civic Gardener coming out. So when it attacks, you can untap a creature or land. And that land could be an upside down actual creature if Eudora triggers.
Right. It's taken away his ability to kick the Geyser. Oh wait, no, the Kami is any one color. Okay,
Yeah.
so he can still kick using. Well, there's 2 Snakeskin Veils in here. There's 2 Snakeskin Veils in hand at the moment.
It's a problem all league. It's a problem here too. So let's see what he's gonna do. You said he's probably gonna kick Geyser. It gains life too, right?
Does gain life, but yeah, I mean, I guess the option is to kick a 2-drop and hit in, but he's got to worry about his life total. He's got a Flourishing Bonkin in hand.
Oh, that's a big, potentially a big creature. Take forest.
So that would be a big. So he can get 2 forests. He's got 3 out and 1 in hand. So it'd be pretty big.
I don't remember what Adam had in terms of the DMU lands, but those forests, those dual lands have forest type, so you can actually get those out with the Bonkin in this set. Thinking about it.
Thinking about the Bonkin. Oh, he's gonna go. He's gonna go face down with it. Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, it's only when it's turned face up. Yeah, so he has to do that to get the force. I thought it was when it was ETBs.
No, it's just a 2 mana, sometimes big creature, sometimes not so big creature otherwise.
Okay.
It's one of the best things to not manifest, but the other one. So you can flip it for 2 mana. Vigilance attacker here for 3.
Yeah, was able to sneak that through. Didn't bait the double block. Hovering over the geyser. He's just got to go for it to get the. Oh, and he's not kicking it. Why is he not kicking it?
Didn't want the health.
Guess he wants to hold up the snakeskin veil.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of 4 health, I mean, I could see it. Yeah.
So he bounces the flyer, and on that card he draws, it's a clear shot. So he's going to be able to deal with that next turn.
The card drawn was Radiant Grove, one of those dual lands from DMU, which is a forest and the plains. Civic Gardener giving pseudo vigilance to Eudora. So strength of the coalition can give something +2/+2, and then all creatures +1/+1 counter. So effectively +2/+3 on a given creature. But he also has a choice with these blocks to just use strength of the coalition without being a kicker, without the kicker, to then develop a Wanted Griffin. Or this is the better option, of course. So basically, the Populace is going to become a 6/6 till end of turn, and is going to be a counter on Eudora. The Eudora, if he chooses the Snakeskin Veil his Incubator, Eudora's going to trade.
Yeah, feels like he's priced into doing that. He can't afford to lose all these creatures.
Thomas will not be able to develop further this turn. Wanted Griffin or Granite Witness. Oh, it gave 2 counters, of course. Synergy. That was pretty huge. The
Pretty big.
text on Kami's came in clutch there. He's got a 7/7. But the life total's looking a little, you know, Adam doesn't have too much health left. The Granite Witness is also in hand besides the flyer he knows about. Granite Witness also taps down something. We did see it already, so he might know that Granite Witness is the face down creature if he plays it face down.
Boy, these are really like razor thin margins, tight decisions to make here.
Yeah, you're at 6. You do have 2 beaters attacking this turn if you want. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. Adam's got a decision to make here. He knows about the flyer, which kills you in 2 turns by itself. It doesn't know about the Granite Witness, which can tap down a blocker if he decides to develop that instead.
And keep in mind, Adam's got a clear shot in hand, so he's ready to deal with one flyer.
Mm-hmm. Very relevant. He's deciding to go to attack step or not. Get in some damage. You can't swing with both. Or can you?
What would you do here, Mitch?
It's so hard to think strategically when I'm like watching. Because you could swing both, get in a ton of damage, and you have clear shot to deal with like one of the guys attacking you. Then the flyer's left over. I think you're supposed to attack with one. It seems crazy to attack with both.
I don't think you can do both. The one damage not worth.
No, clear shot's not one that gives you a permanent counter, right? So the counter won't be doubled. I think it just gives per turn one until end of turn. I think that was the right. I think that was the right attack. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think keeping the life totals close to each other is gonna be pretty key here.
So what can happen here is Wanted Griffin and 7 mana. So you can play the face down Granite Witness, and he did see there are 2 in the list, and he saw a Granite Witness. Was it game 1? I think it was game 1.
Yeah, we saw it.
Of course, he doesn't need to play the Griffin. This does have ward for now. He's thinking about turning face up now.
Oh, just to get. I think he's Snakeskin Veil here and hold back the.
It's full information.
Hold back the attacks. Full information. He knows about the Griffin. He knows he does everything else.
So that's pretty good to have full information here. 2 counters, of course. You need Snakeskin Veil to be more efficient.
All right, Kiora drawn for hand.
Oh, a Pseudo Vigilance?
Drawn for the turn.
Pseudo,
Yep.
Pseudo Vigilance
So
is pretty big.
You probably slow roll that. But he could set up a pretty devastating attack here. Clear shot being an instant.
You know what Karn's Bastion does? It adds 4 counters to the board now.
Boy, it does, doesn't it?
It is lethal if this Vonkin comes in by itself.
Wow.
Oh, was there a way to set up with Clear Shot and Karn's Bastion to force block both? I think... No, I guess you're one off if the Incubator token and Karn's Bastion activation. No, then you attack with Kami? I think there was a way to... You attack with Kami also, and it's like force block both creatures. You Clear Shot, activate Karn's Bastion.
Truly spectacular.
It's hard for me to explain what I'm saying. It probably doesn't matter, but yeah, it's not looking good for Thomas here, who doesn't need to go 3-0. Does not need to go 3-0.
And Adam's considering just doing this now in case Thomas draws some interaction or a Snakeskin Veil type effect. I'm not sure what he's got in his list, but it's looking like it's coming down to it.
Adam is dead to like a giant growth. He knows. I don't think that exists in the deck, but that's what he's trying to think about, I suppose.
Yeah, the strength of coalition would have done it, right?
Yeah, it's in the graveyard now. I'm trying to think if there's any other 3 damage. I don't believe I remember. We did see this whole draft.
Yeah, I think that's it.
It is a giant growth away from dying, so he doesn't want that to happen. Can't always do anything about it though. But yeah, I think a full swing weirdly with a Clear Shot. Oh, no, even without a full swing on the Kami, cause you get both your guys to 8 attack, and then you have Karn. Oh, okay, he's just being real safe here, which makes sense. Yeah, you could have had 2 attackers threatening 10 damage, meaning all things would have been forced blocked. Anyway, board's clear anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, did you just get cured at 8? Unbelievable.
Doing that, I don't think the proliferate has to be done at. Oh, because he wanted to. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, it's gonna be tough here.
Game was close. I mean, the board's not close now, but the game was close.
No, Karn's Bastion changing some math there. Don't see that a whole lot.
The passive on Kami made I mean, with the Snakeskin Veil play, which I of course didn't even realize, was making it a profitable trade after Strength of the Coalition. The Strength of the Coalition play looked really good from Thomas' side, but just left Adam with a huge creature anyways.
Yep.
Not
Just
technically.
double
is it?
chumps. Nothing. This looks like we're Adam's gonna be moving on.
Fireball?
Where's the fireball?
Oh,
So
mercenary.
this possum's gonna come down, which was drawn for turn. Proliferate, untap, just to be safe.
He's conceding, but Thomas should not be discouraged because as long as Evan loses a game, he's still in the running to win the whole league. So we'll see what happens in round 2. We're done for now.